So hey guys, today we are answer the activity chapter 10, 10.1.1.4. So entitled Application and Presentation, Protocols and Standards. So here is the instruction. Drag the appropriate protocol names and standards to the correct OSI and TCP IP network location. Each protocol and standard will be used and once on the OSI model and once on the TCP and IP model. So this is the choices and this is the scenario. So first, what is OSI model? So OSI model is a conceptual model that characteristic and standardize the communication function of the telecommunication or computing system without regard to its underlying internal structure and technology. So that is a OSI model. The second one is, what is TCP model? So TCP model is a conceptual model and set of communication protocols used in the internet and similar computer networks. It is commonly known as TCP/IP protocols. The foundational protocols in the suite are the Transmission Control Protocol and the Internet Protocol. So the choices is GIF. What is GIF? GIF is a GIF is a loosest format for image files that support both animating and static images. That is GIF. So the second one is POP. What is POP? POP is a make a light explosive sound and go somewhere from a short time open without notice. That is a POP. The third is IMAP. What is IMAP? IMAP or Internet Message Access Protocol is a standard email protocol that store email messages on a mail server but allow the end user to view and manipulate the messages as though they were stored locally on their end user computing devices. That is a IMAP. The fourth is TFTP. TFTP or Trivial File Transfer Protocol is a simple lockstep file transfer protocol which allow a client to get a file from or put a file onto a remote host. One of its primary uses is in early stages of nodes booting from a local area network. That is a TFTP. The next is JPEG. What is JPEG? JPEG is a format compressing image file. Next is MPEG. MPEG is an international standard for encoding and compressing video images. Next is DNS. What is DNS or Domain Name System? The DNS or Domain Name System is hierarchical and decentralized naming system for computers, services or other resources connected to the internet or a private network. It associates various information with domain names assigned to each of the participating entities. So next is DHCP. What is DHCP or Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol? Is a network management protocol used on UDP or IP network whereby a DHCP server dynamically assign an IP address and other network configuration parameters to each device on a network so they can communicate with other IP networks. Last is HTTP hypertext or hypertext HTTP or Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP is underlying protocol used by the World Wide Web or WW, and his protocol defines how messages are formatted and transmitted and what action web servers and browser should be taken in response to various commands. So that is the meaning of the choices. So let's start to answer the chapter 10. So the GIF is under in the presentation. So application is HTTP. I think it's IMAP. Next is DHCP, DNS or Domain Name System, POP, and TFTP. So the presentation is GIF, MPEG, and the JPEG. So that is the OSI model, application and presentation. So before I answer the TCP IP model, what is application? Application is a format request to an authority for something, the action or putting something into the operation. Next is the presentation. What is presentation? So presentation is the giving of something to someone, especially as part of the formal ceremony. A speech of or talk in which a new product, idea, piece of or work is shown and explained to an audience. So this is the application and presentation. The last is TCP model. I think it's all a TCP model application. So let's try to drag it all. JPEG, MPEG, DNS, DHCP, and HTTP. So let's try to check. So correct. You successfully choose the correct location for the protocols and standard. So in the OSI model, application is HTTP, IMAP, DHCP, DNS, POP, TFTP, presentation, MPEG, GIF, JPEG. So the application is all. So that's all for chapter 10 activities. So that's all for chapter 10, the activity, application, and presentation, protocols and standard. So I explained the protocol's name, meaning, and the OSI model and the TCP IP model. So my advice for you is read the CCNA 1 to your knowledge is improve and improve your skills. So I read the chapter 10 for easy to answer this activity. So I hope you learn something from my blog, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. I hope you like it. So goodbye. Thank you.